This is crazy. Florida governor, sex orgy, and meth. Craziness.
Who was buddy-buddy with Obama. It seems that he got into a little bit of trouble. He was allegedly involved in a suspected crystal meth incident in Miami. And Candace Owens, she tweeted out the following. Here is the last page of the report which cites the crystal meth. Guess Florida made the right move electing Governor DeSantis. I am told Andrew Gillum and his buddies were naked when cops arrived, which is the reason a sex orgy is suspected but not confirmed. And once again, we can see that these deep state players, it seems that they all do the same thing. I mean, let's take a look at Pastor Keboran Caldwell, advisor to Obama and Bush. He just pled guilty to fraud. So he's been denying any wrongdoing on his part for nearly 2 years. And this is a prominent Houston pastor who served as a spiritual advisor to Obama and George W. Bush. He has now admitted to conspiracy to commit wire fraud in connection to his role in a multi-million investment scheme that preyed on the elderly. So what did he do?
Holy cow, let's move past this. It's just beyond belief.
Remember when the Dow Jones would crash to way below 18,000 and never recover? Remember when pulling troops out of Syria was going to lead to the genocide of the Kurds? Remember when Adam Schiff had concrete evidence that Trump colluded with Russia? Remember when we were going to see evidence that Brett Kavanaugh was a gang rapist and that the Covington Catholic High School students were white supremacists? Remember when the Trump tax cut was only going to benefit the rich? Remember when Trump's presidency was going to be brought down by Michael Cohen, by Omarosa, by John Kelly, by Michael Wolff, by Jim Mattis, and by John Bolton? Remember when killing Qasem Soleimani was going to lead to World War III? Funny how the media never followed up on these stories. It must have slipped their minds. And it's happening right now with the coronavirus. We'll be talking about that a little bit later. Now,
what a bunch of foolishness. I still believe the media, the major national media, is the biggest damn problem. One of the biggest problems with this country. Because it's rumors, it's crap, it's lies.
These facilities and expect that they no longer contain the type of advanced Iranian-supplied weapons that were used in the KH attacks, General Frank McKenzie. And as we can see, what is Trump doing? He is destroying the deep state locations. He is putting them out of business. And this is all happening at the same time. Think about what's happening here in the United States and actually globally with the coronavirus. Think about the arrests that were made with the cartel. Think about Trump hitting these certain sites in Iraq. This is all happening at the same time. And now Trump declared a national emergency. We'll be talking about that in just a minute.
Okay, a lot of things the media is not reporting, and a lot more that this guy's not reporting too.
If we had a weak or open borders, that number would have been many times higher. And he's absolutely right. And this whole coronavirus fear push, that's exactly what it is. The person who was on the Diamond Princess cruise ship, she was diagnosed with coronavirus. She's 65 years old, Jerry Jorgensen, and she decided to tell her story. And she's saying this whole thing is completely overblown. She said that she had a temperature. It was around 100. Wasn't even that bad. She felt a bit off for a few hours on the cruise ship, and that was it. And then she had a retest, and it was gone. This whole thing is being blown out of proportion. For some reason, I do believe that this coronavirus has been around for a very long time. And it's...
Now, that's interesting. The guy that talked to me in the store said that this coronavirus has been around 5 years. Now, that's interesting that you said that this has been around a long time. It's been overblown. This is pathetic. Pathetic.
Saying all the things that he would do to combat this event of coronavirus. And it seems everything that he was saying, Trump already did it. And this is what Trump put out. Joe Biden's coronavirus remarks today sounded awfully familiar. Listening to him, we felt a sense of deja vu. Here's why. Biden blatantly ripped off President Trump and bizarrely called on him to do things he has in fact already done. Joe Biden said no effort should be spared to get private labs and universities working to rapidly expand testing for coronavirus. Trump already acted on this weeks ago, ordering the FDA to allow hundreds of private labs and academic hospitals to rapidly begin testing for coronavirus. Joe Biden said that small businesses will need relief from coronavirus economic impact. President Trump already moved decisively to provide $50 billion in liquidity to small business owners.
So Biden is just following what Trump has already done. And the media is stupid enough, and the American public is stupid enough to believe he's actually got some leadership abilities. This is just sickening.
Rate of positive results over 47%. Nearly half or even more of the asymptomatic infected individuals reported in the active nucleic acid test screening might be false positives. And today, Trump announced that there's a new test. I do believe everyone, the mainstream media, and the rest of the corrupt politicians that were pushing the idea that how come tests aren't being done? We need to push tests out there. I think they wanted this test out there because it was going to show that everyone had coronavirus because of these false positives, which was going to stir up panic. And
these false positives. Oh my God. So the tests weren't even right. So much crap going on.
Pandemic would never happen, they hoped. President Obama made changes that only complicated things further. The response to H1N1 swine flu was a full-scale disaster, with thousands dying and nothing meaningful done to fix the testing problem until now. The changes have been made and testing will soon happen on a very large-scale basis. All red tape has been cut, ready to go.
It's about time. That's one thing this man can do. He's a businessman. He knows what the heck he's doing.
1933. Joe M. decided to respond to this tweet with a translation of what Comey is saying. Calling all families in brackets. We're almost out of ammo and strategic assets. We've lost most lines of communication. We face an unprecedented existential crisis. Everyone, you must act in your own way. Do not wait for instructions. Remember the code. Remember your oath. Then we had Barack Obama. He tweeted out the following. If you're wondering whether it's an overreaction to cancel large gatherings and public events, and I love basketball, here's a useful primer as to why these measures can slow the spread of the virus and save lives. Now, here's the important line. We have to look out for each other. Now, Trump, his saying is, we're in this together. Obama is talking to not me, not you, but the deep state operatives. We have to look out for each other. Everything is falling apart on them. The District of Columbia.
I don't think everything is. I think this guy's too far into his own thinking. You're going to see that the deep state will outlast Trump and his first and second term presidencies and anybody else. They've been at the top too long and they're not going away. I'd stick my life on that saying.
National emergencies, however. The president reserves the right to mobilize the National Guard, putting them in federal duty status. Then Q asks, why was the National Guard recently activated in select cities within the U.S.? Can the National Guard work in coordination with the Marines? Yes. Do conditions need to be satisfied to authorize? The National Guard is mainly activated by the states. Trump needs congressional approval to activate the National Guard. If the states activate them, POTUS can take control of them. This would allow the Marines and the National Guard to work together under one set of orders. This is shown in the Posse Comitatus Act, whereby Trump can take control. What former president used the military to save the republic, and what occurred exactly? This was Abraham Lincoln. Under this, Q says, biggest drop to ever be provided. The masses tend to panic in such situations. No war, no civil unrest, clean and swift. So I do believe they are preparing for some type of operation. Now, does this mean that this is going to be mass arrests? I don't know. But it seems that the patriots, they are signaling and messaging that they are moving forward with this operation. Remember, the stage needs to be set worldwide. And this brings me to our next post. And this post is 2793. This is February 18th, 2019. And it says, I'm going to read down below, brackets, bold, 0 day. Countermeasures in place. Example, think emergency alert system. Think White House controlled new RT News website. Think White House controlled new video stream platform. Think here. Should this occur, immediate steps will be taken to classify each as public utility, essential public services to gain appropriate government regulation control. Why do we make things public? So the Patriots have everything in place and they are prepared and ready. And it seems that there's an operation going on, and Trump just declared a national emergency, which gives him additional $50 billion. He can activate state emergency centers. He's activated hospital emergency plans. He now has the ability to do a lot more under the Stafford Act. And under the United States Constitution, it provides a lot of emergency powers to the president. Congress may authorize the government to call forth the militia to execute the laws, suppress an insurrection, or repel an invasion. Congress may authorize the government to suspend consideration of writs of habeas corpus when in case of rebellion or invasion for the public safety. Felony charges may be brought without presentment or grand jury indictment in cases arising in the militia when in actual service in time of war or public danger. And there's a lot more. It opens up a lot for the president. And I believe this is why he's continually saying he can use the full power of the federal government. This is what he tweeted out. To unleash the full power of the federal government in this effort, today I am officially declaring a national emergency.
I know this is alarming in some ways. I hope it's being done for good and for our sake. The other is true. It can be done for total tyrant control. So think about that. That's scary. I don't care whose hands it's in. Just a warning, just a shot over the bow. Think about that.
Let me continue with this next week. We will remove or eliminate every obstacle necessary to deliver our people the care they need. No resource will be spared. And it seems that Trump has all the power that he needs now. Because now we're in a national emergency, which opens the doors to a lot more. And we'll have to see how this all plays out. Listen,
all right, that's it. So much more going on, but it is scary. The things that are going on financially, socially, the mindset of people, the things that are going on with the travel businesses, conventions, sporting events, schools, gatherings for religious assembly, gatherings for other assembly, kind of scary. And this virus isn't even that deadly. Beware, be wise, stay cautious, and diligent and vigilant. We are at a state of crisis, whether you want to recognize it or not. Good day. Prepare with silver and gold medals. Prepare with food storage, fuel storage, clothing and shelter, getting out of debt. Now's the time. I don't know how long this is going to last. Hopefully it will last over a month or two max, and that things will go back to normal this summer. Good day. Look at Nature Sunshine, the supplements. Look at GNLD and the supplements that are around cancer and other things. Look at 7K metals and the precious metals there. Good day. Give you links to all those things. It's Watch Mark from Village, Montana. Stay up on what's going on. Good day.